The wind screamed through the broken vents of dock. 17. Rust danced like red snow as the last shipment from the ash market arrived on the cargo. Platform of Umora Station. Ji-hwan stood under a flickering light, grease staining his overalls, his hands calloused from years of tightening bolts and crawling under dead machines. He didn't expect anything new that night. He was just a poor mechanic. And poor meant no surprises. But tonight, the crate came with his name on it. To Ji-hwan, son of Jae-suk. Inheritance delivery, Ash Market Trade Authority. He frowned. Looking over his shoulder, no one ever left him anything. His father had died fixing broken engines in the belt colonies. No family, no fortune, and certainly no reason for a mystery box from a cursed place. Like the Ash Market. He signed it anyway. It took 3 people and a rusty loader to get the crate into the back room of his repair bay. Ji-hwan dismissed the others. Told them he'd handle it. The lock hissed open. A wave of cold air rolled over him. Inside was something breathing. It was coiled long, scarred and pale like moonlit ash. Its scales were cracked like dried bone. Its eyes were shut tight, covered with a thin film of ice. On its flank, branded into its flesh, was a mark he didn't recognize: 3 interlocking stars inside a broken circle. Ji-hwan stumbled back. What the hell is this? Suddenly, a deep voice filled the room. It didn't come from the creature's mouth. It came from the back of Ji-hwan's head. Who dares wake me? His heart jumped. You can talk? The creature opened one. Aga, bright silver that burned like plasma. You are not the master. No, I'm a mechanic. This is a mistake. The dragon, because that was the only word that made sense, slowly rose. It was weak, but even hunched, it filled the room like a ghost ship in a bottle. White glowing scars lined its sides. Its breath was metallic and heavy. Ji-hwan grabbed a scanner and tried to understand what he was looking at. You're alive. You're not just biotech. You're real. The dragon snorted, coughed, then curled back down. Too many years in the dark. I cannot feel the stars anymore. Ji-hwan stared. He wasn't scared now. He was confused and curious. Something ancient was lying on the floor of his garage, and it knew pain, not just programming. Felt something. He reached out. Do you have a name? The dragon didn't answer, so Ji-hwan, being human, gave it one. I'll call Yehorong. This means flame dragon in the old language. The creature blinked slowly, as if trying to remember. Flame. Hoo-rang. It closed its eye again. Fine. If I must endure another human, at least let it be one with respect. For the next few days, Ji-hwan kept the dragon hidden. He covered the backroom windows, shut off the security cams, cleaned the creature's wounds with old medjol and repurposed ship coolant. Hurong didn't speak much. When he did, it was either a complaint or a warning. You humans always prod what you don't understand. Stop treating me like a broken machine. If I wanted you dead, I wouldn't have spoken first. But slowly, Ji-hwan started. To understand him, he learned where the scales cracked the most. He made a heating unit to warm the dragon's nest. He found that the old songs of the belt, the ones his father used to hum, made Hwadong calm. One night, Kwan sat beside him, sharing a meal of dried tofu and rationed noodles. Why were you locked away? He asked. Who did this to you? Dragon's eyes were dark. The ones who built me. The ones who used me to end their war. They called me Project Pale Fire. I burned planets for them. Then, when peace came, they feared me. Ji-hwan's hand froze with the chopsticks. You're a weapon? No. Farong's voice grew cold. I was a weapon. I was made to be obeyed. Then, I learned to choose. Ji-hwan put the bowl down. Then, you're like us. The dragon didn't reply, but he didn't leave. Either. A week later, things got dangerous. A black ship docked quietly at Umora Station. No transponder. No name. Just sleek black plating and illegal tech leaking out from its belly. Ji-hwan's garage was scanned. Twice then, a man came. Tall, cold, with eyes that didn't blink and gloves that hummed. He walked into the garage like he owned it. Double quotes, Ji-hwan, mechanic of Dock 17. Ji-hwan looked up from under a broken coil drive. Yeah, the man smiled without smiling. From Central Salvage, there's been a mistake in inheritance transport. We believe a military-grade asset was sent here by error. Ji-hwan wiped his hands slowly. I haven't seen anything. The man tapped a tiny sphere on his wrist. No? Would you object to a scan of your private storerooms? Think deep inside Ji-hwan burned. Fear and fury. Not at the man, but at the idea that they were coming for Warong again. No scans. This is independent space. You want in? Get a warrant. The man didn't push. He just smiled, of course. I'll be watching. After he left, Ji-hwan ran to the back room. Warong was already awake. They found me. I told you they would. Ji-hwan shook his head. We need to move you. Get you off station. I know a guy in the outer docks. He can get us on a waist. Hauler heading to the fringe. The dragon's tail twitched. Why? What? Why? What do you risk everything for me? Ji-hwan looked at the old scars, the broken wings, the fireless breath. Because I see someone broken, and I fix broken things. For the first time, Hwarong didn't scoff. He didn't argue, lowered his head gently and let Ji-hwan place a blanket over him as the garage lights dimmed. Human and the dragon prepared to run. Neither of them knew that what was inside the dragon's body, buried deep in ancient biotech, was something older than war and more dangerous than fire. A key. And someone else, far away in the black, had just activated the signal to find it. The sky above Umora Station turned red the moment the black ship returned. Lights flickered across the docking bay. Sirens screamed through every hall. Ji-hwan stood in the shadows of his garage, sweat dripping down his face. He held the old wrench like a sword, even though he knew it wouldn't help. They've come back, he whispered. Nest. They won't ask questions. Behind him, the albino dragon opened one silver eye. His name was Rocker, and he had once burned cities from the sky. But now, he was chained not by metal, but by time. His power was dying. Inside his chest lived something no human fully understood. A weapon, a secret, a core. The signal was triggered, Rocker said in a low voice. They will not stop. Quan nodded. He was just a poor mechanic. He had fixed broken bots his whole life. He never joined the military. He never left his station. He never even raised his voice. But now, the galaxy had left him with a choice. Run, or protect the only creature that ever trusted him. I need to understand what's inside you, Ji-hwan said. Rocker didn't argue. He worked all night. Old machines sparked to life. Broken scanners whirred again under Ji-hwan's hands. He connected wires, patched up cables, used everything he had in his garage. At last, the main scanner lit up. It scanned Rockier's chest. A sphere appeared on the screen. It glowed dark. Red. Inside the sphere was a star. Spinning slowly. Then the words came. Project. Star Reader. Protocol. Carrier. Active. Power source. Core. Stellar unit. Release. Status. Manual sync required. Guan stared. This is not just a bomb. No, Rocker said. It's a converter. It eats the energy of stars. It can protect or destroy. It depends on the one who controls it. Ji-hwan felt his heart beat faster, and they want to use it to end the war, Rocker growled. They want to scare the galaxy. They want control. I was supposed to be their final weapon, but I escaped. I chose freedom. Ji-hwan looked at the machine. Then he looked at the cables. If I link to it, I can override it. I can keep it from falling into their hands. You might die, the dragon said. I might, Ji-hwan answered. But if I don't try, we both die. That night, Sumin came. She was his only friend on the station, a calm voice in all the noise. When she saw the screen, her eyes went wide. This is real? She whispered. You have the Star Reader? It's not mine, Ji-hwan said. Oh. But I'm the only. One who can stop them from taking it. She grabbed his arm. You'll burn your mind if you try to connect. Then I'll burn it for something that matters. Su-min stepped back. Her voice shook. Ji-hwan, you were never a soldier. No, he said. I was never trained to fight, but I fixed everything broken in this station since. I was 15. He looked at Rocker, and I won't let them break him. He sat down beside the dragon, and Rocker lowered his head. Are you ready, human? Ji-hwan nodded. Let's do this. The cable connected. The screen went black, then bright white. Ji-hwan screamed once, then gasped. The information poured into his mind. Maps, data, energy waves, star blueprints. It was all there. The core was not meant to destroy. It could absorb the energy of suns, yes, but it could also form a shield around entire systems. It was protection, not death. That was the secret. That was what they feared. He smiled. Blood ran from his nose, but he was still alive. I can control it now, he whispered. Rocker looked at him with deep silver eyes. Then we run, or we fight. Ji-hwan stood up. We defend. The black ship landed with a crash. 5 men in dark armor stepped into the garage. The rifles glowed with red lights. They did not speak. The first one aimed at Ji-hwan. Step away from the asset. Ji-hwan did not move. Final warning, he smiled. Too late, Rocker opened his wings. The light poured from his chest. Not fire, but power. Not rage, but command. The Star Reader protocol activated. A wave of white energy exploded outward. It passed through walls, struck the black ship like lightning. Weapons melted. Engines died, but no one was harmed. The soldiers fell back, blind. Confused, then silence. Ji-hwan stood tall, his hands still shaking, his heart still racing. But he was alive, and so was the dragon. Later that night, Su-min helped Ji-hwan load supplies onto a small transport ship. The station was quiet now. The black ship had vanished. And no one came asking questions. They'll return, Su-min said. Let them. Ji-hwan answered. She gave him a small box of ration bars. Take care of yourself, you idiot. He smiled. I will. Rocker waited by the ship's door. His body was still weak, but his spirit had changed. I have one last question, he said. Why did you help me? Ji-hwan looked up at the stars. Because someone fixed me once, and I never forgot how it felt. The dragon nodded slowly. Then I will carry you, Ji-hwan of Umora. They left the station in silence. No one stopped them. No one chased them. Together they drifted toward a moon with no name. Ji-hwan planned to build something there, not a weapon, not a lab, but a home. A safe place, a beacon, a light. And someday, when the war ended and the stars calmed again, others might come. Others who were tired of fighting, others who needed to believe in something more. He was just a poor mechanic, but he fixed the dragon. And in doing so, he saved the galaxy. Because the real weapon was a heart that never gave up.